Like most of you, I've become very sexually frustrated with dealing with Mystic Mine in the current format, and I will say I'm glad to see that Ready for Duel posted a fantastic deck for everybody. And this deck is so powerful, I might give this a shot for my next regional qualifier. You guys know that Mystic Mine is this new spell card. It's basically been dubbed Kaiser Coliseum 2 at this point. And all I've constantly been reading and even seeing in my local play is just everybody has started playing Mystic Mine. It has become so ridiculous that I've even decided that I want to start playing it in Sky Striker. Yes, the interesting theories that have been coming across the OCG as of late might actually be true. But with these sexual frustrations I believe that what they've posted is going to be the best option to counter today's metagame. So we're going to be digging into this special deck profile to help you guys deal with the threat that is Mystic Mine. So we're only going to be dealing with one monster in the deck. Yes, little d. So for those of you that are wondering why we are playing this, we need some sort of monster that can avoid Mystic Mines. I believe that Little D is the only one that can navigate through the small pillars that he's been put into, and I really think that the power of this 1100 beat stick is far greater than anything that we have in the current metagame. Now, if you know anything about the current strategy that is Mystic Mines, you understand they rely on a field spell. So we're going to do something very unique. We're going to gear our deck to counter the metagame. Most of us are expecting the new burn deck to be a tier 0 deck, and unfortunately with that territory comes some really hard things. So keep in mind all deck choices here are going to be based on that. We don't need draw power because we expect to hard draw most of these. So first up is 3 Burning Land. This card is activated if there are any field spell cards on the field, destroy them. And then during each standby phase this turn, or each player's standby phase, that turn player is going to take 500 damage. So you're going to get the ability to take care of Mystic Mines, and you're going to put pressure on your opponent by having 500 damage being able to be dealt to them. Now, the Burning Land isn't the only thing that we're going to have. We also have Cosmic Cyclone. I know paying life points against a burn deck is a little bit cautious, but it's fine because we get the ability to spot removal the mine or a wave motion cannon that is charging against us. Now, if a life is hard, we also have triple dice foon. So we will roll a 6-sided dice. We're hoping for 2, 3, or 4 to destroy one spell trap card on the field. Or if we get a 5, hey, you know, we'll pop 2. We do like multiple value cards in this deck. I think a lot of people do underestimate multi-purposing cards, so I really am looking forward to kind of messing around with something that does possibly grant other things. The side effect to this, though, as much as I don't want to say it, rolling a 1 or 6, you'll take 1,000 damage. Now, as somebody that played Snipe Hunter back in the day, I really don't like my luck with 1 or 6. I can't tell you guys how many times I cheesed myself just rolling 1 or 6. I mean, I don't have as bad a luck as the guy that discarded 6 cards that just needed to roll a number to win. Talk about literally it not being your day. It's very unfortunate if you end up rolling the 1 or 6 because you could potentially kill yourself in the mirror. Well, not even in the mirror. You could just end up killing yourself in the burn matchup because you've dealt 1,000 extra damage to yourself. Unfortunately, this deck really isn't geared towards time. I mean, you should be winning game 1 relatively easily. A burn player is going to be massively foolish to not scoop game 1 against this beast. I mean, come on, guys. If you're playing Mystic Mine Burn and you have not opted to scoop the game, then you're just going to lose to Little D beats. Like, come on now. Like, this matchup is totally hard for all of you guys. And it's really strange seeing in today's metagame that people just don't understand a total counter pick of the metagame. And I don't know, man. Like, I just wish people would learn to read their cards. So we have triple copies of Double Cyclone. So this is going to be a quick play. Lets us target a spell and trap card we control, and a spell and trap card your opponent controls, and destroy them. So the really cool thing about this is we can set this and our Dice Foon or our Cosmic Cyclone, and then we can go, alright, cool, Double Cyclone, target our set Dice Foon and something on their field. And then we can chain the Dice Foon, which will grant us further destruction on the opponent. I love being able to make small combos, especially in a deck like this. You know, reaching spell spirit, Chain Link 2 to 3 to 4 is kind of unheard of in the current game. I mean, Chain Link 2 is a little bit there because, Call by the Grave on Ash Blossom is really interactive in the game. But, little peon brains aren't going to be able to comprehend going to Chain Link 2 on 2 quick play spell cards, let alone if there's already something present on the chain, like the activation of Mystic Mine. Now, we do get a little bit of recursion because we are playing a neg 1 from Double Cyclones. We are going to be playing triple copies of Galaxy Cyclone, so you can target one set spell and trap card on the field and destroy it. And then during your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, banish the card from the graveyard and target a face-up spell and trap card on the field and destroy it. Of course, you can only use this effect of Galaxy Cyclone once per turn. So we don't really... It's really cool that we can actually recur this back. So if our opponent's got a bunch of back row set, we can actually Galaxy Cyclone one of them. And then on the next turn, if they've got the Wave Motion Cannon or something else up on the field, we are actually able to out that with Galaxy Cyclone. And once again, multi-purposing cards are fantastic. There's something that you currently do need in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And let this be a lesson even to like the side deck in terms of design. Having cards that can double in certain matchups will definitely get you there. Now, of course, we do have to play triple copies of OG Mystical Space Typhoon. This is still the best cards that our deck has access to in today's current game. I mean, honestly, you could probably cut this for other card choices that involve the spell and trap destruction of things. I'm personally not going to be making that cut today because I think the 3 of this is just too stable. Now, we are playing triple copies of Mystical Wind Typhoon. So only activate as Chain Link 3 or higher. Destroy one spell or trap card on the field. And you cannot activate this card if multiple card effects with the same name are on the chain. So this is earlier when I was talking about Chain Link 3 or higher. This one's a little bit more risky. So we're going to need a burn player to activate a card. We're going to need some sort of Dice Foon or some other quick play spell card. We've got anywhere about 25 to 30 of them in the deck. So getting to that higher Chain Link should not be a problem to get that one destruction off on our opponent. The only thing I'm really worried about is if for some reason they have the Judgment or the Dark Bribe, but I mean, if they got it, they got it. We have triple copies of Tornado. Activate only when there are 3 or more cards in your opponent's spell and trap card zone. Destroy one card in your opponent's spell and trap card zone. So if you've kind of been following the theme of this deck at this point, we are definitely trying to get that Mystic Mine off of the field. So once again, Tornado is an excellent choice in the deck. I'm not such a big fan of Mystical Wind Typhoon, but Tornado definitely gets me there. Like I said, my opponent's entire theme, their deck should only be playing 3 Lilith as it is, so I shouldn't have much of a problem being able to resolve this card, especially past turn 1. Now we are playing triple copies of Twin Twister. You're probably asking yourself, why are we playing a card that is an inherent neg 1? Well, you never know when you're going to want to discard the Cosmic Cyclone or the Dice Foon for more value, because honestly, while you have to play around the Dark Bribe or the Solemn Judgment or just anything else that potentially negates, depending on the situation, this is going to be better, because not paying those life points are what we are here for. We don't want to burn ourselves out in the mirror, because the only monster we can actually summon in this deck is Little D to basically, bridge the gap to actually get to the win con. Now, we are playing Triple Twister, so you can pay 5 life points, target one face-up spell and trap card on the field, destroy that target. Once again, Mystic Mine, Wave Motion Cannon, whatever else threat that your opponent is putting onto the board, you are very easily able to out with this. Now, same thing here. We are playing triple copies of Dust Tornado, so we can target a spell and trap card your opponent controls, destroy that card, and then we can set one spell and trap card from our hand. I would definitely like to go into my turn with the potential to actually resolve a Mystical Wind Typhoon or a Tornado, depending on the situation that we find ourselves in. Once again, we're also playing 2 Ripple Typhoons, so we can target one face-up spell and trap card on the field, destroy it. If your opponent controls 2 or more spell and trap cards, and you control no spell trap cards, you can activate this from your hand. So I do got to give a shout out to this card. This is probably the best card in our deck. Being able to resolve this turn 1 on a Wave Motion or Mystic Mine or anything else that's going to try to disrupt our strategy, we are able to do that with this card. I actually, like I said, for a trap card, this card is amazing. So definitely one of the better cards that our deck has off. And then we have triple copies of Wild Tornado. We target one face-up card in the spell and trap card zone, destroy that face-up card. Then the controller can set one spell and trap card from their hand. This card, set card on the field is destroyed into the ground. Target one face card on the field and destroy it. This card actually doubles his multi-purpose monster removal. So if we end up playing the mirror match and our opponent goes to out a set card with MST or Twin Twister or something like that, we will actually be able to target something else that they have on the field. Hopefully they're going to have their little D on the field so that we can actually Wild Tornado it off, so that we will be controlling the game at that point. But you got to be very cautious because losing your win con is very difficult. So there's not a lot else to say about this. Side and extra is kind of up to you. There are a lot of other cards to kind of be explored in the format for this deck. I definitely know that the creators did not get a lot of time to test the extra deck and the side deck for other potentials. Considering the format is always constantly evolving, I would give it some time for us to kind of figure out where we want to go with this deck. But I do think that this is a step in the right direction if you want to counter Mystical Mind Burn, at least anytime in the near future. So guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about this deck. I definitely look forward to seeing this deck in Top Cut. I actually think that this deck's potential to counter Mystic Mind is actually really good. You guys think that Orcust and Thunder and Skystrike are going to be threats in today's format? This is the counter pick for counter picks. I know your Orcust matchup isn't necessarily the best thing because they can just OTK you and you need to be able to capitalize off your opponent's resources, which is very unfortunate, but I mean, what are you going to do? It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright guys, I'm out. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vancol40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.